Iowa Congressman Steve King is facing calls to resign after defending white supremacy. Earlier, we spoke to the only black Republican in Congress, Will Hurd of Texas, and we asked him about his thoughts.
It's crazy, right? It was my first reaction. This wasn't the first time that he's made these kinds of statements. The House moved swiftly under the leadership of Kevin McCarthy. He was removed and stripped of all his decisions.
Is that enough?
But it's ultimately not the other members of the House on whether he's in that place or not. It's the people that sent him up here, and it's the people in those districts. That's their voice.
He's fundraising off of this, what the House has done.
Which is, I think, is crazy. Ultimately, when someone like this says something, it hurts the brand of all Republicans. The fact that there are still people that believe that Republicans are racist or support misogyny and things like that, we have to speak out against that.
You know, Congressman, you pointed out that this isn't the first time.
Right.
And so, you know, you have to wonder why the Republican Party has waited so long, and you can't sort of ignore the fact that, you know, he barely sort of won. He's kind of a weaker candidate, and maybe part of the reason that the Republican Party came out so strong now is because he's not the candidate that he was when he made similar comments before.
Look, I gotta say this, it's new leadership, right? Kevin McCarthy is new, he's the one in control. He made that decision and all of us followed him. There was the Democrats made the decision to hold the vote condemning this. I think it's crazy that in 2019, the U.S. House of Representatives has to hold a vote saying white supremacy is bad. It's unfortunate over the last 18 months, 2 years, more than 2 years, the number of times, you know, I have to go on record and say, you know, misogyny, bigotry, racism is a bad thing. It's the responsibility of us to continue to speak out. We move swiftly in this particular case, and I'm hopeful that the people of Iowa, right, I don't know which district it is, recognizes that this is a belief that is not reflective of their values and not reflective of American values, and I can say, you know, this is not reflective of the Republican Party.
When you look across the aisle to your Democrat friends, your colleagues, and you see the diversity, and then you see the juxtaposition of House Republicans, you know, we've had these conversations before with Republicans about trying to bring in more people under the tent. But it's clearly
the autopsy. Remember the
we remember the autopsy very,
very
well. And now it's become just very stark. I mean, when you look across the aisle and you see the diversity and, you know, women and different religions, I mean, are you sort of like, what's going on with us?
Well, here's what I can say. A black Republican represents a 71% Latino district, right? And I get asked the question all the time is, how does a black dude represent a Latino district? It's because I'm out in the community talking about the principles and theories. The principles and theories of saying it is individuals that can change their way, not the government, that it is an individual, that anybody should be allowed to move up the economic ladder and achieve and partake in the American dream. That's what the party is about. And we got to take that message to communities that we're not used to taking it to. That's what I'm trying to do. I think I'm the vanguard in this, and we're to continue to bring that principle, because in the end, it's important to have two strong parties, because the competition of ideas is what has made this little experiment called America actually work. And so making sure that the party represents people. I always say in the great state of Texas, if the Republican Party doesn't start looking like Texas, there's not going to be a Republican Party in Texas. And so this is a message that I try to take to my colleagues, and I'm going to continue to promote it.
Congressman Will Hurd of the great state of Texas, thank you so much for stopping by. We like having you here.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to be with you all.